Hey guys, it's about 5 o'clock. Actually, no, it's not. It's like, I don't know, 7:30 in Mobile, Alabama. I'm on my way to work on the TV show I work on as the first AC. And today I want to give you 5 tips to being a good AC and what's going to give you success after I've done it for about a year and a half. So let's get into it. Okay, so I call my job first AC. Nobody else has ever called it that because of the definition of a first AC. I do all of that stuff and then some. So I'm gonna start with number 1 is be on time. And really, it should be early. I try to be early to everything. If that's like a gear pack out, if that's coming to set, if that's, if we have a break during the day, we're traveling in a hotel, we have a break during the day and we're coming back, I'm usually the first one back. I find this beneficial because I'm building trust with my DP and director, and they know that I support their vision and that I'm committed to be there and make sure everything's good to go so that we can, complete the job. So I think it starts off on the right foot, and being late, the rest of this stuff won't even matter if you're late. So be early. Okay, this goes along with being early is support the DP and the director. Okay, hopefully you have a DP and director that are into collaboration, and that's why you're there. And I'm fortunate enough that the DP and the director I work with, they're really awesome and open to ideas. So I'm able to insert ideas here and there, and I try to present them as suggestions, because ultimately I'm there to support them, because our DP is actually the editor. So their entire vision is what I'm there to support. So I would just say do everything they ask, and then if you have a suggestion or you see a concern with something they're asking, they're going to be open to knowing what your concerns are. Just make sure you do it in a way that's like not in front of the talent and not in front of other crew members. Just kind of pull them aside. I usually will pull our DP aside and be like, hey, just so you know that there's that weird beam of light coming in that we talked about, and they might be like, oh, never mind, let's do this instead. Or you can offer a suggestion, and a lot of times if you're working with collaborative people, it's all good. Just do it professionally and support them, because at the end of the day, this is like your documentary project that you hired a buddy to work on. Like this is they're going to be editing this. This is going to be top of their reel or whatever. So, if you're friends with them and you want everybody to succeed, just support their vision and offer ideas and suggestions appropriately. Okay, number 3 is going to be stay ahead of the DP and the director's thoughts. Meaning, if the DP and the director are talking and I'm setting up for a scene and I hear them in the other room, I'm kind of always listening, because they're probably talking about something that's coming up or something we need, or that kind of thing. Not eavesdropping, but just always staying aware, because your work's going to be a lot better if you're just kind of always in the know. And then on top of that, if I hear my DP and director talking about this next set of lights we need, or we need to get the drone shots before the rain comes in, or something like that, I'm kind of ahead of the game. Like if I hear those words, I'm like, okay, when I get done with this, I'll start setting up some of these things they're talking about. So and it's just being committed. Like the show I work on, I don't edit it. I'm not the director. It's not like my full passion or whatever, but it is theirs, and so I'm there to support them. And it's just keeping that in the forefront of your mind and taking it seriously. Because if I ask them to come work on like a documentary I'm working on, I'm not going to ask somebody who I don't think is going to put their whole heart into like whatever job they're doing, no matter how big or how small the job is. So that's why, if you're there, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're there, be the best at it. Like my ultimate passion is to create my own work, like do my own cinematography and maybe have a team under me. But even when I'm at the lower part of the totem pole, I'm going to put 100,000% in, because, it's just what I'm going to do. And that's what you should do. So, try to stay ahead of the director's thoughts and the DP's thoughts, and just support them. And also, if you know that, they're really busy trying to, plan this stuff out, try to just make it easier on them creatively. You know, like my DP never has to worry about his camera like being around or having a fresh battery, because I just make sure that's good to go. That way when if something happens, he needs to pick it up and get the shot, he's not like, oh man, I need a battery. He's always got a battery. Just be efficient and support the team. So, all right guys, whoo, it's cold out here. Number 4 is going to be keep the gear ship shape. And these all kind of go hand in hand, you know, with supporting the entire team, but that's your main job, is the gear. And on my job, not only am I the first AC, assistant, the director, and the DP with all, you know, the gear they need, because our director needs gear too. Like, he has a Comtech he listens in on, he has a monitor. You know, I'm supporting all that. But then I'm also the drone pilot, the stills photographer, and I operate the second camera on the main show. So I'm always doing a 2-cam, or I got to go get a drone shot, or I got to take some photos for thumbnails or promotional material. You know, we have a whole shot list for all that. It's very critical that whenever I need something, like this camera that's in my hand, or I need the second camera to do an on-camera with some homeowners, or you need to get some drone shots, it's critical that the batteries are charged, everything's got a card, the cards have space, I mean pretty much everything. And you know, I'll go into some more in-depth videos probably on this channel on how I go about the beginning of my day and just making sure that I have everything, and staging things is a real big, you know, gear topic for me. But yeah, just make sure your gear's tip top, because that's your number 1 job. So that should be almost like a given, like those things are happening, and everything else that we're talking about is just extra. So keep your gear fresh. Okay, tip number 5 is going to be keep the energy high the entire day. It's real easy to get into like that 75 percentile of the day and just let your energy drop, especially the show that I work on is a home improvement show. So there's a lot of like downtime and lull time and measuring time and figuring out time. So if you'll keep the energy high all day, because there's a lot of other people dealing with even more stuff than you are logistically, it just brings a new life to the set, and it can really help a lot of other people out who are feeling the same thing you are, kind of that grogginess, that just like, you know, we've been burning and turning for 8 hours, you know, you got 2 more to go. If you'll just push through and keep the energy high whenever you leave, you know, you can make your energy whatever you want. But I just suggest, you know, pushing through those last couple hours and keeping everybody motivated. All right guys, my last tip, I guess it's tip number 6, is try to keep in your head and remember that this is someone else's true passion and dream, and they signed up to basically be the overall creator of this project, because you're going to have projects down the road where you're going to want other people to put 100% into their job on your project. So always try to keep that in mind. Like the 2 guys I work for or work with, they've been producing this TV show for a long time, and you know, it's their portfolio is this TV show. So and I like them, they're my friends, and I want them to succeed. So just keep that in the top of your mind. If you're on a project where you don't feel that way, you signed up anyway, so do it anyway. And that's all I can tell you. Sign up for projects and work with people that you like and you want to see succeed and you want to support, because it's going to make everybody like you more. They're going to recommend you. It's just going to make everything better. So that's it, man. Good luck being a first AC. And if you're like me, it's a lot more than the title. So peace.